home education or gentle parenting or anything like that, hit the follow button.
I mean, what if I don't want to live the way you live?
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
The child-free or not issue has been obviously very much talked about on TikTok recently. I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. And that's as someone who always wanted children, but unexpectedly got pregnant at 20, got married, had 2 more children, so got 3 kids, and now is a solo parent. And as someone who completely supports anyone who wants to be child-free and would never dream of saying to anyone that you should have kids or make your life better or anything like that. And as someone who really enjoys having children and is very passionate about children's rights. The first thing I wanted to say is that I absolutely agree that if it's not a hell yes, it should be a hell no. In an ideal world, I think we'd think so much more carefully and practically about having children. And we'd also have some sort of opportunity to practice the skills and mental fortitude that you need to actually raise humans. I think the idea about would you like a baby or are you going to have a baby is, we shouldn't even be saying that. It's more like, do you want to be responsible for another human pretty much for their entire lives, but at least until they're around 20? Does that sound like fun? Or does it sound like something that could be really worthwhile, but also is going to take everything you've got, financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, and it's probably going to tie you down in terms of location, job, etc. That's the reality of it. And I'm saying that as someone who took our kids backpacking around Asia for a year when they were 6, 5 and 2, and as someone whose kids don't go to school, in short, as someone who does a very alternative, I guess, style of parenting and way of life. The reality is not that for a multitude of reasons for most people. It's also literally impossible to understand the full impact of having a child until you've had one. Having a child is literally the only thing you sign up for such a huge amount of time without knowing what on earth the job actually entails. So I think the awareness that we're bringing to what having kids actually means and the responsibility to do it properly and to not raise traumatized or neglected people is really important, really, really important. There's also something else that I think is incredibly important when we talk about this, and that is childism. These videos often attract comments such as, I hate kids, I hate my kids, I've always hated kids, so I'm not going to have any. That's absolutely not okay. It's literally hate speech against a very vulnerable group of people who can't defend themselves. In no other area of society would this be accepted without consequence to the people saying it. And people need to realise that childism, which is a form of ageism, is absolutely rife in society. And that when people say things like that, they are perpetuating harmful behaviours towards very vulnerable people. Children are the only people who we can steal from or hit or scream at or physically force to do things with absolutely no consequence to ourselves. And that is what I mean by childism. That is a few examples of how childism is in our society. Another example is the fact that nothing is set up physically for children: stairs, sinks, toilets, anything in public. And the fact that children are expected to behave like fully grown adults when in public. And maybe one of the reasons that parents find it so hard is that we have completely ridiculous expectations for children's behaviour, and we see it as a moral failing of the parent if they don't meet those arbitrary standards, which are actually higher than the standards we hold adults to. So those are my thoughts. If you'd like to hear more about home education or gentle parenting or anything like that, hit the follow button.
I mean, what if I don't want to live the way you live?
They've all done the wrong thing, because I'm pretty sure God did not expect people to be like, I'm going to have some land and I'm going to make everybody else like pay for this land. Like, why can't we all just have a piece of land? There's enough land for everyone, okay? So there's enough land for everyone. There's enough food for everyone. There's enough building, supplies to build a damn house for everyone. There's enough material for clothing for everyone. Like, God has supplied us with enough. So when people try to say, oh, we shouldn't have kids because the planet is already overpopulated, this one person had the perfect response to that. And I would say she put it together so succinctly. And it's like, we have the resources. There's more than enough resources for the world, for the people on this planet. Okay, I really highly doubt that God hates his children that at all, and especially that much to be like, let me bring you to this planet where there's not enough stuff for you. I just don't see that, especially when things can grow and be abundant, things can be multiplied, right? So I'm like, that argument of why you're not having children, never gonna fucking fly. I know it sounds better than I just want to be a selfish bitch and shop my ass off and sleep forever and fucking like drink and drive. I don't know what people who don't have kids do, because I have kids, but whatever the hell they want to run and do, that's what you should say is why you don't have kids. Stop pretending you're doing it to save the whales. Like we're not buying it. We're not buying it. The math's not mathing. It doesn't make sense. It's not going to happen. It's not like, you're never going to make having kids not be a flex. That's literally what you're on the planet to do, is fuck and have children. I'm sorry, I hate to be graphic, but I'm so sick of the child-free movement. I'm over it. Like, it's so weird because I get it. I get that you need to have a voice. You probably are feeling lonely. Everybody needs to find their people, right? I totally get that. I totally understand that. But oppressing others, whenever someone has to oppress another group of people or another person to feel good about their choice, that's giving, I know my choice is a hot mess, and I'm like trying to make this something good. Like, I'm trying to make this work. I'm trying to find an excuse for choosing this hot mess of a choice. Like, that's what I'm getting there. Because if you're really happy about your choice, I don't see parents hopping online and saying, this is why I'm having kids, everyone. Where's the kid community? The full of kids community. Like, I don't see that. We're just living our lives, raising our kids, minding our business. Like, if we're posting stuff online about our children, it's because we love our children. So if you love your life, post the shit you're doing. We never asked if you have kids or not. We don't care. You're not part of my family. You're not part of my bloodline. Like, why do I give a fuck if you have kids or not? I don't care. I just don't. Like, if everybody today stopped having kids, like, I wouldn't care. I just don't care. I was like, okay, more resources for me, right? Like, I'm chilling. Like, I don't care, and I'm pretty sure most parents do not care. Whenever people come on and you talk about people who are asking them, like, but what are you going to do when you get old? What are you going to do? People are genuinely concerned for you. They're genuinely worried for you and your future. And it's like a typical, like, teenager who knows it all, but then really knows nothing. Like, they haven't lived any kind of a life. And it's like a lot of young people who are just like, I'll have money. Apparently all these people that don't have kids are going to be millionaires. Like, let them tell it. They're about to all be multimillionaires. And they're all going to be living these wealthy lives where they can pay for the state-of-the-art 5-star nursing center. They all going to be in the old folks home, I guess, like, living it up, having parties and bingo and what the fuck old people do. Like, they're going to be living their best life well into their golden years. Okay, and parents, feel sorry for parents, because I don't know, I guess we're going to be struggling because we had kids 50 years ago. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry. America does not like children because they are literally creating generations and generations of, like, narcissists. And it's like, why are you thinking this is okay? It's not going to end well. We're not supposed to be on this earth to be selfish. Like, that selfish. Where you're like, I hate kids, even though you used to be a kid. And you're hating on, like, the most innocent human possible on this planet. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. So it's giving to me like that situation where black males are dating out of their race, and instead of them just loving their choice, they're like, I'm with Becky because Shaniqua is too loud and she got attitude and she do this. She got 5 kids by 5 different baby daddies. But then he'll get with like a Becky that's doing the exact same thing. Just say you just want to be with a white person because you don't like being black. Just say you want a kid with some good hair. But that doesn't sound good, right? So it's like, let's punish a group of people who've done nothing to me. Just living their lives, dating, fucking, having kids, minding their damn business. Let's like oppress them. Let's make life harder for them because I'm choosing a shit choice. And the reason I call it a shit choice is not because the person is a white female or whatever. It's because deep down they know they're choosing to have self-hate. They're choosing to hate who God made them be. So they're trying to like blend it out, like basically like breed it out of them, their lineage, their bloodline. And that is one of the sins, by the way. You don't want me to start preaching, but you're not supposed to be trying to lighten or water down or change your race. God made you what he made you. Okay, capiche? So it's like, if you're capiche, is it capiche? So when you're like with somebody and you just love the fuck out of them, like, that's, I think God is gonna get behind that. True love, like, yeah, we can't be mad at true love, but a lot of times those relationships are not true love at all. And so that's why they have that stank ass energy coming online with all their videos and their social media posts, telling people about something that literally no one asked about. No one cares. Okay, like, you've made it abundantly clear that you don't like black women. That's fine. We're gonna be good regardless. Like, I never had a problem pulling a black dude if I wanted one. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've never had an issue pulling a black guy. I can get any race of guy. Like, I'm over here just living my life, minding my business. Can you do the same? Why are you, like, giving people a lying description of an entire group of women? And now with the social media is here and the internet's here, people get to choose. They get to hear our voices. They get to see us for who we really are. And they know you've been lying the whole time. They know you're the real problem. Because whatever group you run to, it don't work. It doesn't work out. The data, the math ain't mathing, okay? So that's the same thing with the child-free community. If you were just online posting like, oh, we went to the Bermuda, Bahamas, whatever child-free people do, because I don't know, because I can't speak for that, because I have kids. I've had kids a long time. I have a whole 19-year-old, so it's like 2 decades of my life I've been raising kids, and I'm living my life and living my best life. Honestly, I love my life. But you posting, like, you talking about how much you hate kids, or you're talking about parents, blah, 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 that does not equate to what a parent is doing when they're just posting pictures about their kid. We are allowed, extremely allowed, to be proud of our children, to love our children. Like, that's what you're supposed to fucking do as a parent. I don't know if you had that jacked up childhood that you're projecting onto others. Like, is that why it triggers you when a parent is like posting a child? Like, this is normal behavior. You're supposed to love the fuck out of your kid. Like, you're supposed to be posting mad pictures, mad videos to the point that people get sick of it. That's what called being in love is. It's like if you had a new boyfriend or a new girlfriend or a fiance or a wife or a husband, whatever, you're going to be posting lots of pictures. You want to shout from the rooftops like, I love this person. That's all parents are doing. We're allowed to do that. We created this human. And humans deserve, all humans on this planet, if they're not shitbags, they deserve love. Even the shitbags probably do. I mean, even when people do bad things, there's someone out there that still loves them. Their parents are probably going to always love them. They got siblings. They got family members who probably going to still love them. Even though they don't like what they did, they still love them. So you're telling me, like, y'all are basically like, it's like you're like a child yourself. Like, I'm jealous that you're posting your kid. You're not talking about me. Because that's one thing child-free people are going to do is be selfish. Like, make it about me. Look at me. Look at me. Like, you're grown. No one is thinking about you. I didn't give birth to you. Like, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care. Like, God is giving me the obligation of keeping these humans alive, raising them up to be productive citizens of society, be likable, unlike you. My gosh, like, if I raise a child to act like these child-free people, I have failed. I've done something wrong. Okay, we got to go back to the drawing board and have a talk, because I didn't messed up. Because I'm not trying to send that into the universe. Like, no. Karma is real. I don't want that karma for having a whole human and raising them to be a hot, selfish mess, and now they're, antagonizing others who ain't doing nothing to them. Like, I'm not doing nothing to you, but posting some pictures. You're triggered. Like, let's admit that a lot of you, because it is not natural to not want to have children. I'm just going to put that out there. Things that are natural shouldn't be hard. Things that are natural that God put you on this planet to do, it shouldn't be hard. Having sex and creating babies isn't hard. We love having sex, don't we? It feels good. Like, humans love sex. Let's keep it a buck. Because we're cheating on each other. We're humping everywhere. Like, we hump like rabbits. If we could afford, I know so many people that have said this, and I'm one of those people. If I could afford to have a bajillion babies till I can't have no more, like they used to do, That's what I'd be doing. Because it feels good. It's like I get to enjoy sex with my person. I get to have these little people that look like us and they act like us and they're funny and they're fucking amazing. Like, there's nothing. It's like you're being punished for loving humans, for loving humanity. Because that's what humanity is. You love on one another. You protect each other. You look out for each other. You provide for each other. You got each other's back. And you're creating more humans. Humanity is about being human, not inhumane. Because that's what CF people are being at this point. They are anti-children. That means you're inhumane at this point. Because you basically are just like, I hate kids and I do. If you hate kids, you hate You hate humanity. Because humanity is to create more humans so the human race doesn't disappear off this planet. Literally everyone is recreating themselves. Animals, trees, plants, like all the normal shit in nature is just like recreating itself. And we're supposed to be the smartest species, but we're sitting here like, I'm not creating myself over again, and it's a flex. If it was a flex, you wouldn't be making a whole video about it. Like, I wouldn't have to see your posts under everything. I'm so glad I don't have cats. Like, what? Okay. I'm happy for you. Like, I don't know what to say here. And yes, you're right. People are awkward around you because it isn't normal to not want to recreate yourself. I think every living being on this planet innately wants to recreate itself because you have this innate ideology of we're supposed to, that's like something, it's like an obligation as a human, like, or as a living being. I don't want to wipe out what God created. If that was the point, that's what would be happening naturally, not with some man-made extra hard work put into it, like where it's uncomfortable as fuck, it's not fun, we don't want to do it, but we're doing it. That's what's happening now with people not having kids. You're not happy with it. You're angry because you can't afford to have kids, or you can't biologically have children, which I actually feel for those people. But just like with anything in life that you struggle with, you don't get to put down people or be mean to someone because of your plight in life. That's not right. It's not fair. Because humans that have done nothing wrong to you and probably will be the first ones to help you out, like, you're basically being mean to them because you feel like you have a right to, because you can't afford to have kids. Or because you can't give birth to kids. Or you haven't found the right partner yet to have some kids. So you're mad at the world. You don't get to do that. That's never going to be okay. If I can tell men, specifically black men, that you don't get to be mean to us because you feeling oppressed, I'm going to tell everybody, you don't get to be mean to other people. It's not humane. Because you're mad at life, you do not get to run around and do a mass shooting. You don't get to run around and beat up people. You don't get to be online putting people down for their choices. Like, that's not cute. It's not cute. And I'm sorry, like, I know some parents probably be saying, like, you know, I can't imagine, like, if I didn't have kids. Like, it's like we're honestly just saying that. So if you're honestly just, like, feeling like you need to tell us, I'm so glad I'm child free, it's like, yeah, like, I guess. I mean, most of the times when they're putting that in the comment section, it doesn't really go with whatever. I just feel like any chance they feel they can throw that out there to the world. Okay, yay, here's a flower. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, okay, you managed to, like, not have kids. I think most people can manage that if they really wanted to. It's, like, really hard to get a human here. I didn't realize how hard it was to create a human until I was creating a human. Like, nobody's having those conversations with you. Not even your mother or your grandmother, the elders. Like, no one's pulling you aside. Like, I know you love kids. Kids are amazing. But let me give you the real scoop on what it takes to create a human. Because even if they would have gave me all that information, I still would have had kids. Because I know how to look past the struggle or the parts that are, like, not fun or dark or whatever, and look at the, like, light at the end of the tunnel. I can do that. I think most successful people have that characteristic about them. They're able to look past all the obstacles, all the ugly shit, and look at the ultimate goal at the end that they're trying to get to. And that's how, no matter what they're striving for, they can't be stopped because they know what they're going for and they're not going to stop until they get it. That's called being driven. That's called having drive. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.